Hi, welcome to this early time of the day. We're working on a 19.12.10 edition, and I had just had a epiphany, like they say it in English, an epiphany. We're going to launch a new name, a new concept, and it was a difficult call. Where will I put it? I've put it here. It's called SuperFlex. Since the new changes mid-November, ArcoLinux just became super flexible. You can do anything with the system. You can install 15 desktops on one SSD and have fun all around. The thing is, we'll document it so it gets across, that the vibe gets across, that the goal to explore, the fun to explore gets across to you. So we have possibilities today to start with any ArcoLinux ISO. Let's get it out of the way and let's start installing this thing first, and then we can speak some more. So we have an ArcoLinux ISO ready to rock and roll. The 19.12.10 it is today. It's in here. Let's launch this up so we can do that first. Number down, where does it? I put it in InSync. So InSync is an application from Google Drive. It's paid, however, but it's doing its job splendidly, and I don't care. It's paid then. So this is our boot up. Thought as much. Back to screen 2. Stay here, like so. So while we install, we'll continue the idea. So SuperFlex means super flexible, and like I said, it was a little bit a difficult call on what website to put it, but thinking about it, there is no other possible place than ArcoLinux D. Let me type this in first. There you go. So yeah, by the way, of course, sorry, but you have seen new images and new things like that. So I just skip everything because I don't need NVIDIA and I don't want Linux LTS. So this is the new Calamaris, and yeah, of course, I'm used to it by now. So next for me, and that all looks okay. And there you go. So back to here. So we'll make more tutorials, and why on this website, because ArcoLinux D is actually everything. Every desktop we ever had is in here. Not only is it for ArcoLinux, but it's also for ArchLinux, right? It's in here. All the guys from ArchLinux, if you step away from ArcoLinux and say, I'm gonna try an ArchLinux installation the Arch way, right? With the ArchLinux ISO from archlinux.org. Then you follow our steps, and then you later say, I'm missing this, I'm missing that from ArcoLinux, and then you spice up Arch. So that's the next step maybe you'll do to get the BadgeRC in, to get the Obligado themes in, to get the Arc themes in. So that's all explained on these guys. So we'll gradually fill in, make more and more tutorials, so you get to know ArcoLinux and know that in November we'll look back and say November 2019, then is when it became interesting. We have this cheat sheet available on arcolinux.info. It's actually down here, download the documents, but at this point in time there's a link as well here on the right side, and it has a cheat sheet, and you'll see that I'll be changing it constantly because I need to be perfect. You know me, I need to be 100% perfect, but I know it's not possible, but I'll try anyway. So we're at version 1.2 in the meantime, so this one can go. That's an old one, can go, and can go. Right, so this is the one we're talking about. So mind the version up here. I'll always keep the last version on there on the website. This is your cheat sheet. Maybe you've seen another video already. If not, this might be the first time you see it. So the green things are the things that are important. these are not from us. These are all Arch stuff, or check it out, it's all Arch Linux application. But without it, you won't have a desktop. So sometimes there are some things that help, like a polybar. That's a menu. If you don't have a menu, right? So shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts. In a tiling window manager like BSPWM, not having that is tough, right? So things like that. But these guys, the orange guys, are from us. Particularly for the tiling window managers, you need it. That's the config. That's actually the desktop. But for budgie and cinnamon and all that, all these desktop, the full desktop environments, you don't need it really. So you can skip those. And these guys you can skip as well. All the yellow things, you either install just one of them and then that's it, or none. Okay, so these are settings like the icons and the themes. Those are not important. You can set those yourself, right? So that's a way to show you what Lego blocks you actually need to install to have a full working system. And it's not that important for the full desktops. Let's go over them. XFCE, Plasma, Mate, GNOME, Cinnamon, Budgie. Those guys have a full desktop experience. All the applications you need are gonna be there, right? But in tiling window managers, the config is actually from us, because otherwise you won't have, well, you will get something, but it will be tough to crack, because it's needs still to be, you still need to configure everything in a tiling window manager. So fine. In the meantime, I hope after this speech, there you go, you can go down as well, almost there. We've changed the look here, so it's a new images here. Enjoy ArcoLinux. You'll see it explains a little bit what ArcoLinux is all about sharing knowledge, about learning experience. Choose whatever you like. It's a freedom of choice, and we're almost there. So we have 15 desktops, and like I said, this SuperFlex thing is actually to show, hey, you can start with ArcoLinux D, you can start with this one, with that one, all ISOs. We have 35 ISOs. You can start with any of them and then just install the desktop you like afterwards. So it's, well, SuperFlex. So we think that our ISO, ArcoLinux ISO with XFCE OpenBox i3 can be your beginners in step. So your step in kind of ISO, learning about Linux. And XFCE, well, I think Windows user and XFCE will be a good match. Starting with Linux in BSPWM or i3 or any tiling window manager would be a real disaster, I think. But the first impression for XFCE is, well, you'll find your way in it, and you'll see you have all the applications available and there are all the settings available. You'll find your way. So now the SuperFlex thing, right? So of course there's an update, and actually there's a huge update coming in. So, well, I always do typos, so update is the correct one, but the typos will work as well. So, well, huge, I don't know, for us it's not huge, it's even less, 1.5 megabyte less. So, but you need to get it in, bandwidth, right? You need to get the updates in. So, well, that's doing its thing. That's F12, by the way. F12 is a drop-down menu. So it's still doing its thing, even if you close it. Fine, great, out of our sight. Then, our cheat sheet, right? What do we need to do? What do we want to do? Let's go to ArcoLinux. I'm now on the virtual machine. Click, click. Yes, please. Save. Open it up. Thank you very much. So then you decide what to do. I've installed in another video awesome BSP and WM. So let's go down the track. Let's follow them all. Budgie and Cinnamon. What about that? So we keep It open, we need to budgie desktops, budgie extras, gnome extra. Okay, fine. So, how's my F12? Done. How's my up all? Oh, the PAMAC AOR is being built as well. Great, do your thing. I'll probably have to wait. I guess so. Because building often blocks other things, but it might not. Depends on what phase it is. So, sudo pacman -s budgie. Right? Target not found because it's called budgie desktop. So, it is blocked. So F12, not anymore, my guy. Well, actually, first things first, reboot. Why? Because of the big update. Kernel's coming in, systemd coming in. There's no, well, I could have waited, but I mean, I have to be educational as well. If you see an update like that, update. I mean, reboot. So, Control T, the budgie desktop thing, that's one thing we need to install. Let's have a look. GNOME session is there, motor, budgie desktop, fine. 30 megabytes, it's not much, right? For a desktop. But that's the point, it's not a complete desktop. Hence the idea that people say on ArchWiki, of course, that's where we get all the knowledge, that we should install more stuff. We should install that one. There's also budgie extras and a GNOME. So budgie extra with an S. Let me check if I did that right. There should not be any typos with an S this time, because GNOME extra without an S. I do want to keep the same naming conventions, would be nice. So that's installed. What did we get? You check it out. So all these applications, nothing really rings a bell except XDO tool. And then we have GNOME. Whoa, right? 700 megabyte coming in. If the download speed is not to your liking, it is not to my liking, I type in mirror. And I ask Reflector, please get me the fastest servers from today in Belgium. So this number here, 323, can go higher, can be higher. It will not respond now, but it will respond if I do it again. And see if it's better. Well, it's actually 7 already, so it's doubled. It's already better. Half the time, right? And if I want to see who is providing my stuff here, then it's actually the mail tunnel. So the first one from Europe is providing me all the packages at this particular speed. Okay, so that was GNOME, but there was something called extras, right? With an S, I think it was. No, damn, extra, guys. So these are some games and stuff. So if you don't want to have those, don't install it. So, but there are things in here that are interesting. The dconf editor is in here. Evolution, maybe you know the application. This is games. I don't want games either, but hey, it's in the package, it's in a group. Some of these things are interesting, so I'll get it anyway. Okay. Particularly the dconf editor is one I need to go in as a developer always. So that's done. So basically, if you checked the cheat sheet, then you say this one has been done. This is just a nice to have, a Nautilus image converter, so we can change from PNG to GPG, stuff like that. We're not gonna use ArcoLinux stuff. I'm not gonna use ArcoLinux stuff. I'm not gonna use ArcoLinux stuff, and you'll be just fine. Why? Because it's a budgie. It's a big desktop. It has everything it needs to have. It's not a tiling window manager. And this is due to all the things we've done, right? So not my choice. I mean, these are all the stuff we've installed due to our idea to install budgie. You have also installed gnome because it's of its dependency. Budgie is not complete without gnome. There you go. On the same system, you have your budgie system. And I did not bring along all my configurations. So it's not gonna look with a Sardi icon or a Surfen icon, and it's not gonna have a white mouse, and it's not gonna have etc, etc, etc. So now it's up to you to tweak this thing, right? And see what things you can change. The appearance, Advaita. We normally use Arc Dark. And then the Breeze White. Where are you, my friend? Are you this one? That's left-handed. Snow, that's the name. Advaita default. Let's go for Papyrus, why not? Let's do a hello. That's a long time. I haven't seen it in a long time. So it's looking like this. Okay, nice. And then the default sound, blah blah, wallpaper if you want to change it. And the fonts. The fonts have not been changed. We use Not All Sans. This is Cantarell, but maybe you like Cantarell. And like I said in the other video, maybe it's a good idea to say, let's start using something else. Let's start Comic Sans Bold, right? It will change your system up completely. And maybe you say, I'm liking this. This is a great idea, right? Let's just try it out and see if it's gonna be nice everywhere. Maybe you like this better. All right. So, budgie desktop settings. All interesting to have a look at. What things can I change? What things can I make? Well, this is not following the ArcoLinux config. This is not following the yellow. Is it the yellow part? Let's have a look at the cheat sheet again. Super Shift Enter. Not working. Keyboards are not imported. That's the deconf. Budgie and GNOME work with a file, which is actually a database, which is going to store our keyboard shortcuts. And they're not imported, right? So, not imported, not working. So, we have not installed this guy, which is pretty much what we've done now. All the nice icons and all that, the fonts. And this is the deconf. This is where all the keyboard shortcuts are for, sorry, wrong line, for budgie, right? And the same goes for GNOME. So in the meantime, we've actually installed budgie and GNOME. Well, so we could add another one, which is called Cinnamon, to the list and see what it brings. This is what it means to be super flexible, right? So Control T, F12, I'm at the loss here. My fingers know the keyboard shortcuts, but none of them will work. But that's maybe fine, that's maybe something you'd like. So the termite channel, again, sudo pacman -s cinnamon. And we're installing Cinnamon. There was some stuff, I've closed it already, I think. There was some stuff that you can install as well for languages and all that. Log out, it's all on our ArcoLinux D or ArcoLinux B. But maybe you don't need it. If you don't need the Lego block, why install it, right? So this is always, that's normal. People ask me, hey, what's this? It's normal, no matter. But again, everything's so butt ugly. Yeah, we don't want to deliver an ArcoLinux B Cinnamon like this. We theme and tweak it. But it's not here. It's not themed and tweaked right now. But that's the fun. You start theming and tweaking it. So font selection as well. Sans. This time we have Sans. We have Doc. He's keeping the Comic Sans from the other one. So these desktops will use the same kind of file from time to time. So if you change it on one system, you have changed it on the other as well. It all depends where they store their elements. Arc Dark. Let's not take Sardi and Surfen. Let's take something else. Paper Mono Dark. Why not? A long time I haven't seen it. Controls. We are at Arc Dark. Why not Arc Crimson Dark? and everything is red. Then we can take here our crimson dark as well, like so. Advaita, I definitely like my breeze now. I know, I'm a simple guy, just need one thing. Cinnamon, wait for it, it has to load a lot of stuff. And this one, and then the wallpaper I don't like. Change desktop, background, Advaita stuff. Do like this one, has a painting of some kind. And this is your look. It doesn't take that long, right? It has a beautiful, awesome look. No, a cinnamon look. So there you go. Just proving how super flexible things have become mid-November. So I actually want to log out. So it's another button. It's this button. No, it's log. Oh my god. It's the other button. Log out. Showing you the drop down, of course. So this is what we've done in a short amount of time. Looking at the timer, in 20 minutes time we have installed Budgie, Cinnamon, GNOME on an XFCE i3 OpenBox ISO. All right, enjoy our super flexibility.